Today I want to share with you the 8 things you need to know before you go out and start door knocking as a real estate agent. Hi, my name is Mruwat. I'm with eXp Realty, where I coach and train thousands of real estate agents all over the world, and I want to share with you 8 techniques and things that you can do before you start preparing yourself to go out and door knock, and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and that you're going to have a good experience going out and door knocking homes. So number 1, you're going to start with you're going to get rejected. And what do I mean by this is you have to prepare yourself for the fact that you're going to get rejected nicely and maybe not so nicely, right? And so that's just the matter of a fact. That's what's going to happen as you're dealing with, door knocking. You're dealing with families, you're dealing with individuals. And one thing that you want to keep in mind is you don't know who's on the other side of that door. You don't know how they're going to react. And more importantly, you don't know what's going on in their life. So they may have just separated from a spouse. They may have lost a family member. They may have lost their job. And so one thing to remember, as you know, we're in the real estate business, is that you always want to keep in mind that you don't know who's on the other side of the door. You don't know what problems they've been dealt with. You don't know what's going on in their life. So you want to make sure that you handle it with grace. And that's how that you're really going to become successful at door knocking and have a successful experience, is making sure that you handle it with grace and understand that you don't know what's going on in that individual's life. So, and the best that you can do that, they're going to remember you. And also as they come out of that, they're going to remember that you handled it respectfully. And I say that in dealing with a lot of real estate agents. I too have to remember that, as a lot of real estate agents even are dealing with certain personal issues or family, life circumstances. And so when they cancel on you last minute, or maybe they ghost you for a little while, I always remind myself, you don't know what's going on in their personal life. And 9 times out of 10, that's what's going on. It's something that was completely out of their control. And so they come back and circle around because you handled it with grace. And then number 2 is the magic is in the follow-up. We always hear that the fortune's in the follow-up. And more importantly, when it comes to door knocking, because a lot of real estate agents use this technique, is you want to make sure that you're separating yourself from the pack. And so some of the ways that you can do that, we're going to talk about in a minute, is just constantly adding value, separating yourself from the pack. And remember to have a complete follow-up plan, not just door knock one time or maybe even follow up with a call and expect a return. That you make sure this is going to be a long-term play, and you have that expectation going into it. And that's what's going to make you have a successful experience, is that you're not expecting to go door knock on 100 homes and walk away with 20 listings, right? So having those upfront expectations is what's going to help you in the long term. And then number 3, of course, staying top of mind. We all say, who owns the mind share owns the market share. And that's very much, what's going to happen in the door knocking. If you're going after for sale by owners, if you're going after expireds, what have you, is staying top of mind. So who owns the mind share is going to own the market share. So it's all about timing and staying top of mind, because when that individual comes across the right time to reach out to a real estate agent, you want them to think of you first. How have you set up yourself up for success? How have you separated yourself from the pack? How have you stayed top of mind and followed up and continued to follow up, weeks or even months after that initial door knock, to make sure that you're hitting them exactly when they have the right time? And then number 4 is practice makes you better. Just like if you were an actor, practicing for a film, or a professional athlete, they practice hours and hours and hours before they ever hit the field. And that's the same as we should do in the real estate space. So definitely practice your scripts before you ever knock on your first door. You can even get another real estate agent and role play with them. And then of course, handling objections. Ask some other real estate agents in your brokerage, in your office, what are some of the common objections that they get when they go door knocking? And then of course, practice handling those before you ever hit your first door, because what's going to happen if you don't, you're going to stumble, you're going to fall, you're not going to know how to handle it, and it's not going to make it a successful experience. Therefore, you're going to think that door knocking doesn't work. If you would like some scripts for door knocking, go ahead and like and subscribe and comment below. We'd be more than happy to share our script manual, our proven scripts with you, and definitely help coach you along through that experience. Number 5 is location does matter. So it's always great to, geographically door knock or farm a certain community that may be close to your home, close to where you live, of course, an area that you work, but more importantly, looking at the numbers and researching communities that have a good turnover. So looking at areas that not only have for sale signs, but also are selling, not just an area that has a lot of for sale signs, but an area that's actively selling, maybe a mid price point, if you will. And so the more turnover you have, the better, and that's what's going to help you having a good experience in your door knocking, having better results. Number 6 is focus on give and not take, right? What do I mean by that? We always talk about leading with value. And so you don't want to just go door knocking with the intention of asking for the close, asking for their listing. You want to go with the intention of adding value and, again, separating yourself from the pack. So some of the great things that you can do is have some market statistics in your hands, have some packets that you're ready to give them that's going to educate them on not just their neighborhood, but surrounding areas. So again, just things that you can do to lead with value instead of just going in with the intention of knocking on 100 homes and thinking that you're going to walk away with 20 listings, right? If it were that easy, all of us would do it. So you've got to be a little more strategic in your marketing plan, and how can you add value 4 or 5 times before you ask for the close, right? And the more you do that, that's how you're going to stay top of mind. That's how you're going to have a better conversion rate. So that was number 6. Number 7 is be prepared for rejection. That's just the name of the game, right? So if you're not prepared for rejection, you're going to be, very disappointed. And it's just a numbers game, honestly. So you have to be mentally prepared that you're going to get rejected. You might get a couple doors in your face, and that's just one of the things that you've got to mentally be prepared for. And so the more that you understand that moving forward, you're going to have a better experience. And last but not least, number 8 is dressing for success. If you're going to a high-end neighborhood, make sure you're matching the look, the energy of your potential clients. And so again, these are 8 different things that you can do before you go out door knocking to make sure that you have a successful experience. But more than anything, if you would like some scripts, go ahead and comment, and subscribe. We'll be happy to send you our scripts. But make sure that you're practicing, you're setting yourself up for success, and you're mentally prepared before you go out door knocking. I appreciate you watching this video today, and go ahead and subscribe as we're dropping new content every single week.